Hi.
Hi.
What's that?
It's a camera. I don't know.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Hey. Why is there a camera?
I don't know.
Guys, it's time. What? For what?
Podcast.
Podcast? What podcast?
Carpool Podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Carpool Podcast, and today we are with Tatev talking about girl trends and what they represent today. So can you please introduce yourself for the beginning?
Sure. So as I said, my name is Tatev. I'm studying communications and I'm writing my thesis on girl trends in digital age and what idea of femininity they represent. So thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Alright, so do you want to start talking about maybe first trend about girl math, because it's so popular nowadays, and what does it represent? Like, I feel like they discourage women to actually know more about math, or like they have this audience, even women have this idea that women in STEM don't work because of this stupid girl math trend that we have. So what do you think about it?
I think the idea behind girl math is bigger than it seems, because when we watch a TikTok with all these girl trends, we don't really go deep into it. We don't really take it seriously because we can't really take TikTok seriously. But at the same time, there's so much going on behind it, because we call girl pretty much anyone, and we put this girl math onto pretty much anyone, which, okay, we can understand why a younger girl, a teen, may make such decisions, financial decisions, and justify it with girl math. But when actually older women start to subject themselves to the same trend, it becomes a bit creepy, because girl is such a big discourse right now, and I think what's most important is that girl sells, because girl is attractive. Being young and silly and unshameful is attractive, and it's very commercialized. So that's, I think girl math is one of the many girl trends that come from early 2000s, and my specific research, I think, showed that it all comes kind of one of the first digital trends that we can trace down is girl power. And saying girl power and girl math seems a bit disconnected, because girl power is about empowerment and these strong independent women who do everything by themselves, while girl math shows girls a bit in a silly way, but
Not analytical, I would say.
yeah, not analytical, not smart. But I do think that it is very much connected, because do you like girl power, for example?
I love girl power. I have used girl power. I remember there was a sticker when I was 16 years old on Instagram that says girl power, and I was posting everything with that sticker. But then this girl math, I don't know, I feel like it discourages. I mean, I do understand some of the things that I relate to when they say girl math, but at the same time, it's not all women we're talking about. And so I would like newer generation of girls to not be discouraged by this trend that women can't be successful in STEM or like analytical wise. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Because I really hate when they say, yeah, like, for example, if I have cash and I spend cash, then I don't lose money because my bank stays untouchable. Like, come on, are you really serious? Of course you lose your money, like, you waste it. But anyways, yes.
But Yeah.
I feel like we're also talking about the approach. Like, I feel like everyone understands that if we're talking about girl math, it's not something that like we're like serious about. It's just something that we choose to be delusional about, I guess. Like, yeah. And talking about like girl power, it is more like something that was commercialized in the way that, like, I remember people having like phone cases with saying girl power, like a lot of things, like t-shirts, whatever, and that was more like a trend, which I don't think was like bad. I don't think that it like and everyone took it seriously. Like even if it was presented as a joke, people took it more seriously. And with girl power, I guess like just everyone understands that, like, of course you'll spend money if you spend cash, like, and it's more about like people like making fun of how we like choose to be delusional, but we still understand it. Like, we still understand that we're spending those money.
And you can subject that idea to younger girls. It's fine for them to be silly and for them to make these decisions. But my problem comes when we call both this girl power, this idea of independent women in business and who own their life and etc. We call both of these identities girls, and it becomes so confusing for me, and it's so problematic, honestly, when you dig deep into it. And I took a quote from my thesis, actually, and which says that on TikTok, silly, unshamed, and unfiltered girlhood is shown as being highly manufactured, also commercialized, and limited to a specific set of gendered, racialized, classed, and sexualized values. And under that comes all the hot girl dinners, girly pops, sad girl, everything. Hot girl summer. And basically you have this discourse that represents girlhood to be mostly associated with white girls, white women, and a culture where it kind of falls under post-feminist values that reject the traditional empowerment of women that feminism gives, because it puts a lot of girl power specifically puts a lot of responsibility on you as an individual, and doesn't acknowledge that there are systematic issues that make this empowerment harder, you know? So there's a lot of discourse going on, and I think it's important to acknowledge all these issues.
I do agree with that.
And what ideas does girl power represent? Not only girl power, let's say girl boss even.
Girl boss. Oh, I remember reading the book about girl boss. And this book was about the woman who started selling vintage stuff. She would thrift for like $2 and then sell it for, I don't know, 200, because this would be like Chanel we were talking about, you know, like actual stuff, which then made her a girl boss because she started a company. I forgot the company's name actually, but it's a really popular company. And then so yeah, like reading that book made me realize that okay, I want to be that girl boss, because I was like 15 when I was reading this book, and that was the early girlhood age for me. So that kind of motivated me to like not only have creative but analytical, because you know, like this woman was selling vintage stuff, but that takes business mind and mathematical analysis of, you know, like her business. Like, and then she then like started hiring lots of women, like, but she started this from her apartment, like, I don't know, started selling from eBay and started from MySpace, let's say, because it was like early 21st century. But yeah, you see, like girl boss was always popular, even but during the MySpace time, not only like TikTok or Instagram.
I'm very happy that you said it, because don't you think all of these qualities of being analytical, being in business, making such decisions and etc., don't you think it's more of a qualities of a woman, of a grown ass
You can
woman,
say.
who has her own life together at this point and is not a girl anymore, don't you think?
I do, but at the same time, I understand that it kind of sexualizes women because, you know, like men are like actually usually attracted to younger women. That's why we have this thing like where older women cannot like date or I don't know, like marry a younger man. But yeah, actually it's interesting. Where is it coming from? But at the same time, I do love that they encourage girls. Like these trends encourage girls from younger age to, you know, like start. Because they're targeting girls. But they're both sides plusing.
I think it just like takes the whole like spectrum in general, like in my mind at least, because if you're talking about a strong independent woman, then like who like I don't know works or does business or like achieving big things in life, I think we can also like look at it from the perspective of younger girls who are by choice or by force, they're like they need to work, they need to girl boss, they need to girl power, like they like you know like they have to and in their cases. And I feel like it also serves as an encouragement for them, an empowerment for them, that they also can relate to that category that like that is created. So like I don't know, like for me it's not like black and white kind of. So
oh yeah, for sure. And what you said, that it targets girls from younger age and tells them that you can be this person, is so important, and it's such a positive aspect of it. But what I have problem with is that we want to be girls forever. We want to be subjected in this identity of a girl forever, but we age, we mature, and I think it's cool to be a woman. I think it's cool to be older. And that's also, we can also connect that to all the commercialized products that sells anti-aging this and anti-wrinkles, anti-this, anti-whatever. But specifically for women, because we don't see the same for men. The same discourse and action does not happen for boys and men. Boys are boys, and then they grow up, they become men, and it is cool to be a man. It's attractive to be a man, right? Because when we think of an older man, we usually think of them as this men who have a business, probably, who own some kind of power, who are also attractive, because as you said, we're attracted to older men, right? And it doesn't just come
Mommy. They trigger.
Generally, we are not ashamed, like men are not ashamed to be older, while women are constantly shamed for being older and looking older and doing things that
oh my god, actually a couple days ago I saw this poster of like a famous actress with like gray hair. She was like in her 40s or 50s, and she received lots of criticism for her gray hair. And then she said, oh, why is gray hair beautiful on George Clooney or what's his name, and not on me, you know? And then we're talking here that if you're a woman in your 50s, 60s, you constantly have to dye your hair, go against nature, and literally, because all of our hairs are gonna go gray. Literally, no matter our race, our age, our, I don't know, okay, age, yes, no matter age, no matter our gender, but then, like, women are expected to dye their hair, but not from men. Like, men can have white hair, it's fine.
Yeah, because men can be old, but it's not okay for women to be old, because once you're old, you become irrelevant.
Yeah.
Older men also get hired more older men are viewed to be more like wise and mature and etc., while older women, when we think of older women, it's usually just housewives, right? Mothers or grandmothers even. So why can't we just bring the discourse of girl boss into women, because that's where it's more needed, right? Because as a young girl, as a teenager, you can't really girl boss around.
Actually, I do agree about that, because then I've seen so many trends about I'm so tired of being a girl boss at the age of 21. They're like, I'm so tired of... I understand, because I'm also 21 and I'm tired of being a girl boss. I'm tired of like cooking myself stuff, and I'm tired of taking my shit together and like, you know, having everything like done correctly. And then like men at our age, like let's say boys, they are expected to do what? Tell me. Their mothers clean, their mothers cook, their mothers do everything for them. And they're not... Women at our age are more expected to be smart, because like, okay, you go and study, where men, especially in my country, I don't know, I'm from Georgia, they're like, yeah, it's fine, if you won't study, it's okay, you will do something that, you know, makes you money, I don't know, be a taxi driver. But then as a woman, like we were more encouraged to study.
And that's where my problem comes again. That boys are allowed to be boys, they're allowed to be silly, mistakes, to make mistakes, boys are going to be boys, and etc., while girls from younger age are subjected to the same values and expectations as women, as older women. And there's so much just imbalance in this.
I do see that. But where do you see, like, how can we fix this issue? Like, how do we change? Who starts this trends? Let's start there. Because I don't know, like, going viral on TikTok can be done by any of us sitting here, because my 2 TikToks went viral in literally like this, and I was not even planning. So, like, do you think that us normal human beings would start trends like women power, women dinner, or do you believe that it's not up to us?
Like, is there a way to find this balance? Let's say you said that there is no balance. Is there a way, like, maybe in the future, or maybe there is like work that needs to be started now, or it was already started and it's like in the process? Is there a way, like, to find this some sort of balance?
I think for younger girls, having a platform like TikTok or any social media platform where they're free of expression is very important, and I love seeing that. I love girls trying to find their own femininity, but at the same time, most of it gets picked up by corporations and the market, the big market, because we had girl power being commercialized, we had girl dinner being commercialized, like Poppy's had its special set of nuggets and whatever and called it girl dinner, and try to sell this femininity constantly. And I think what can be done is just make people understand, raise awareness, as cliche as it sounds, because the market is going to do its thing, but as long as we know ourselves that it's cool to be a woman, it's cool to be grown, it's cool to age, that I'm going to be beautiful and attractive and cool even as a woman, even though I won't be as young and silly and whatever, and make that sell, but not sell as in, oh, go buy and product and whatever, but make it attractive among women and make them realize that we can't subject to this anymore. It's becoming it becomes overwhelming, it becomes tiring, and
we're exhausted as women. Thank you so much, Tatev, for talking about this, and maybe if you could leave your last words for our audience.
it's going to be very cliche, but find your own, especially to girls, find your own femininity. Don't try to associate, disassociate, and whatever with all these trends. Oh, I'm that girl, I'm it girl, I'm whatever. It doesn't matter. Find your own femininity. Femininity is beautiful. Femininity is important. Femininity holds power. No matter if you're a young girl or a woman of age. We love you. We're proud of you. And yeah, let's...
Thank you.
And
We love being a girl.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
See you next time.
Bye.